Hey, see you later.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian Cosby, right out of Oklahoma City. And today I am hanging out with Andrew and Charlie from the band Steadfast. What's going on, guys?
How's it going?
What's up?
It is going good. And the HTX, just to clarify, stands for Houston, Texas, correct?
Yes, sir. Best place on earth.
Is there a lot of punk bands in, I guess it's a big city, but when I think punk rock, like especially your style of punk, I think mostly West Coast and East Coast. So, and Houston is a big town. So growing up, was there just like a bunch of punk rock bands that you were raised around or were able to listen to?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Houston's always had a pretty strong punk rock scene. A lot of great bands, punk bands. 30 Foot Fall is one of the bigger punk rock bands probably to come from Houston. But there's a big growing scene. River Phoenix TX, in the pop punk world. We're from here. I mean, there's tons of punk rock in Houston.
You know, and you now you are friends with Andy Pohl, Sell the Heart Records, and guitar player from Tsunami Bomb. And it was funny when he was on, he mentioned he just started naming punk rock bands like just like boom, boom, boom. And like as if I knew them. I'm like, man, I don't know that. I feel like if you're in the punk scene, like I didn't get into punk till like later on, right?
Okay.
So I was more like into hard rock, I guess, when I was in high school. And I those hard rock bands, but I feel like with punk rock, you could have like a venue of like 30 bands, all like within like a 10-mile radius of each other.
For sure.
There's just so many different venues. So when the band just formed in 2018, like officially formed in 2018, right?
In this iteration, right. Prior years ago, when Jason, our singer, when he was in Austin, he was in a band called Black Star Brigade, and he kind of formed a side project with some kind of a super group of Austin punk rock, some members of a band called Born to Lose and another band called Ritalin Kids. And they got together, recorded some demo tracks, played one show, and then Jason moved back to Houston. And that was where Steadfast stopped in its infancy. And then years later, Jason decided to put it back together, and here we are.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, so I helped Jason a little bit with that decision.
Okay. So was Jason who originated or was it thought of the band when you guys first formed? Like who formed it?
Oh, that's 100% Jason. But Andrew can tell this story. But Andrew, when Jason, he played some shows with them, shared a practice room with one of their other bands, and then really started riding Jason's ass about putting a new band together so he could play together. And Andrew, I'll let you.
Oh yeah. So like Charlie said, so like some towns have these things called Francisco's. It's a big old building with rehearsal spaces in it. I think there's one here, there's one in Chicago, there's one in San Francisco. Yeah. Anyway, so we shared a rehearsal space in this giant, ant colony, ant farm of bands, and got to know Jason. I really liked him, man. He's just a solid dude. Fucking, just comes on like, gangbusters, man. I just love the guy. And he gave me some of his, one of his CDs from his current band at the time. It was Jason Bancroft and the Wealthy Beggars, which was kind of a folk punk act. And it was really big stuff at the time, man. And it's like, but that CD, like, it just resonated with me. I loved it. And there were some great tunes on there. And just knowing him and then listening to his music, I caught the bug for wanting to work with Jason. I was just like, man, someday I want to get into a band with that guy. And so, we just kept going and chugging along for a couple of years. And then I heard that the band that he was in, like he was going to step back from Jason Bancroft and the Wealthy Beggars, take a break from that. And like the day they broke up, like I messaged him and I'm like, hey, so you need to form a band, man. And, I'll play bass for you, if you need one. And he was like, look, man, I got some stuff going on. I'm going to take some time. I appreciate your offer, dude, that I don't know very well. I'll get back with you about that. So like a month goes by, right? And I'm like, hey, man, how's it going? What about that thing we talked about? and then like once a month, I would hassle him for a year. like a year, man.
Oh man, that's hilarious. It's like the girl you want to date that you keep on. Eventually, she's like, "Fine, I'll go on a date with you. Leave me alone."
Oh, dude, it's exactly what happened. So like a year goes by, and I get an email from him like out of the blue. And he's like, "Hey, man, sent you some songs," and I'm like, "Because you're forming a band and I'm your bass player?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, I didn't think I needed to say that."
Did you guys click pretty easily as far as writing music together when you first started writing with Jason?
Jason's super easy to work with, man. He's just a powerhouse.
Yeah, I would say that, because I mean I've been in bands, lots of bands over the years, and this is definitely one of the easiest bands to write with, and we all get along so well. And I mean, we just have a blast when we're in the same room together. It just gets stupid. To me, we've put out some of my favorite songs that I've ever been a part of. So yeah, the songwriting just clicks, and it's been a pretty awesome experience with these dudes.
It's so cool to be in a band. I feel like so many bands, even that have been on my show, like not so many of them, like there's a shit ton that do this, but I feel like some bands feel like they're forcing themselves to sometimes I'll compliment a band or say something positive, and they all awkwardly look at each other. I'm like, should have said that. They probably got an argument. But fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean our philosophy behind this band is friends first, have fun, put out good music. We're not trying to do these super tours, and we're just looking to have fun. If it happens, cool. But we're getting to play music with our best friends, and it could be a venue that's a dive bar in BFE, and there's 10 people there, and we're gonna have just as much fun as if we're playing in front of 10,000 people. I mean, for us, we get on stage and it's just us fucking off, having fun together. So having that kind of camaraderie internally makes it a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that's 100% true, man. It's like no pressure. It's just like there's nerves for me. The first 5 seconds of a song, because like I don't remember the whole song all at once. It's like if I hear the first chord, then I'm like, okay, I got it. Okay, all right, I got it.
Dude, I know that feeling. It's funny you said that you would, if there was only 10 people there. I've never been in a good band, but
hey, I'm still not.
I was in this band one time. They needed like a drummer, so I was their drummer, and then their drummer wanted to come back, so they made me the screamer for the band. I don't know what I'm doing. I just have a bunch of energy, right? So we played a concert. There was like my sister, her boyfriend, and some other dude. That was it, like the bartender. That was it.
Nice.
And I was like running around on stage screaming. And looking back on it, I was like, I probably look like a fucking idiot. But I was having fun looking like an idiot. So
absolutely, that's all that matters.
Oh hell!
Has the band played outside of Houston? Yeah. So you guys have played outside of Houston.
Absolutely. Actually, our first show together was outside of Houston. It was at a South by Southwest showcase in Austin. Was our first show, and that was after being together for a couple months, and all of a sudden we get that offer. We're like, well, fuck it, we're doing it. But we've done a lot of shows all over Texas, and then we did a turn and burn trip to Denver and back. Cool. So we've
So you able to get yourselves out there and get yourself known by some other audiences.
Absolutely.
Cool. How far is Austin from Houston? Is like 3 hour?
Yeah, 2.5, 3 hours. Yeah, depending on who's driving.
Yeah, and depending on the traffic too.
Yeah, for sure.
Depending on the traffic too. So when you guys came out in 2008, was your first album released also in 2018? Sorry, at least I caught that right. At least I caught that. Did you guys drop an album also in 2018?
No, we actually dropped this record in July of 2020. So
perfect timing.
Our record, we'd been recording it. Leading up to COVID, we were super stoked, sent it off to press, and then 2020 happened, and we released a record with no possibility to support it, and the world was in shambles. So we're still supporting our debut record that we just released.
So Transmitters is the music video. Was this song on that album?
That's the title track of the record. Yeah. So that's
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is this song about?
Transmitters is kind of about a pirate radio station from Austin. I know that's kind of the focus around that song. That's normally Jason's spiel to talk about the songs because he writes that part of it. But yeah, it's about a pirate radio station, and that's kind of the imagery and stuff we use in the music video is a lot of like old radio towers and whatnot to kind of give it that vibe, old vibe. And we also shot that music video during COVID. We basically shot a music video without being in a room together. So that was some video wizardry by a good buddy of ours, Scott, who has done two. That's the second video he's done for us.
That's awesome.
So, yeah,
he did a good job, man. Yeah, but that song Transmitters, Jason, I think he's drawn on his experience. He worked as a DJ at a pirate radio station in Austin back in the day.
Okay. Yeah. And to give credit to Jason, he actually, before this episode, he was going to be on and was having some Wi-Fi issues, and I was too. I think mine's fine now, right?
You're good now. You no longer look like a robot, so we're good. Yeah,
dude, you just can never tell, man. I've had people on. It's like you just almost can't even do the show sometimes, and it's just the world we live in. And I wish I could have a whole studio and have bands in, but I talk to bands all over the United States.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And no one's flying to my shitty podcast from California. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one day, but not today.
Hell, now that shows are coming through, you can grab them when they're coming through on to Oklahoma.
And I do. Well, I don't grab them to come here because this studio isn't set up for that. It's like it's made for one person.
Yeah.
But when they do come to Oklahoma, if a band does come here and I've had them on my show, I make an effort to go see them play.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, all right, let's play the song Transmitters. And I know the song came out a while ago. When did the video wind up making it?
We dropped the video not long ago. It was about 2 months ago. Yeah.
All right. Let's peep it out right now. right, thanks.
All right.
I had muted myself for a second. Yeah, I couldn't get the camera right. That is a great, great song. You could definitely hear some classic punk influence in that song. I love the guitar solo, by the way. It's so sick.
Awesome.
So sick. And the drums are also cool, and so is the bass and everything. Everything else is also super cool in that song. Are you guys influenced by different punk bands? Because punk has so many different genres included, and it seems like you guys have some multiple kind of genres that form into one unique sound. So would you say that there's different songs that everyone listens to typically differently than other members of the band?
Absolutely. Everybody, I would say, in our band has super diverse taste in music, not even punk. I mean, that's what for sure Jason and I grew up listening heavily in punk rock, and everybody did. But we all have real diverse taste in music, not just punk rock, but we definitely all kind of share love for the Clash. Some of the stuff we've talked about, Rancid, some of the street punk, some of the oi stuff. It's kind of, and hell, I grew up in one of my first bands was a just straight up early 2000s pop punk band. So think Blink-182. I mean, that's really where I got my feet wet playing in bands was in pop punk. So yeah, we bring super diverse. I've been in a country band. I've done kind of all of it. So yeah.
You're in a country. How'd the country band thing go?
It's
Was
awesome.
it fun? Yeah, I did a country band for like a couple months. Then I either quit or got kicked out. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I was like 18, I think.
Nice.
So, yeah, I don't remember. So what is the band's plan now that tours and shows are coming back up? People are starting to go to concerts again, and you guys are in Texas where there's like a complete lift, right? Isn't everything open in Texas?
Everything's open, but I mean, people are being cautious still. Some people are being cautious. We're kind of, as far as our plans, we're going to focus on recording, kind of writing and recording new record right now, because we're already seeing these huge waves of these mega tours, and like there's going to be every night of the week your bigger bands flooding the cities with shows. So we're going to kind of let them pave the way, let those big tours get out of the way, and kind of just feel out. We kind of want to make sure, wait till everybody's vaccinated and wait till things have opened up a little bit more, and just kind of ease our way back into the getting out there and playing shows.
Yeah, and when we get back into it, we'll be like more purposeful and focused, and we'll probably, make a good effort to, kind of reintroduce this album that we came out with in the middle of a pandemic, and then go and like do some purposeful, like real, like targeted support, for like a little tour for that album kind of thing. So or a couple of dedicated runs at least.
Have you guys been able to promote the band pretty good throughout this whole COVID pandemic?
It's been strange for sure. I mean, we've done the best we can besides the pandemic. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that's happened politically with elections and other stuff going on in the country throughout all of this. So there were times like when our record was released that we just felt like it was better with what was going on to just kind of take a back burner and just let the what's going on in the country run its course and not just kind of lay low a little bit. But we've done a fair share. We've sold some records and we've had released 2 music videos around it, and we've done the best we can given the circumstances. And now it seems like things are ramping up. We've been doing some podcast circuits and just kind of getting the word out there. And like you mentioned, our buddy Andy, who has Sell the Heart Records, he's helping us out. He has a subscription service, a vinyl subscription. So he's including our record in anybody that's got that subscription. So plug for Andy, go check out Sell the Heart Records and subscribe to his vinyl subscription. It's awesome. I'm a friend and also a member of his subscription. So some cool shit he sends out. So
yeah, he is he is super nice guy. I think it's so awesome that you guys decided to do a vinyl album. I mean, that because everyone's digital. I think vinyls, they're collectibles.
Sure,
people love them. I have vinyls, And you know what's funny is mostly it's punk rock bands coming out. Now there are some metal bands that do it too.
Yeah.
But I think everyone really should.
It's big.
Personal opinion.
Well,
Vinyl's cool.
that the vinyl thing's so big now. It's hard to get to press vinyl. You get in a long queue, and the wait times can be really long. And it's becoming real popular in pop music now. Side note, I'm a big pop music fan, and I have all of recent Taylor Swift records and on vinyl, and I'm waiting for the new Billie Eilish record on vinyl. So it's definitely not just a punk rock thing or a rock and roll thing anymore. It's back. I think that's the mainstream way, aside from digital, for getting music.
Oh yeah, and it's so nice to like own it. You know, like this is my music. I have this physical thing. It's mine. I don't have to pay some service to access my own music. You know, it's like I'll throw that on the turntable, and man, that's cool. You know.
Yeah, I think it's funny how you laughed when he said he listens to Taylor Swift.
I'm only laughing because like I think I'm probably the one in the band that listens to the goofiest, weirdest like music that nobody else likes. I like that. I like that. I like the fact that he's got some outside interest, man. That's good. Keep going.
Yeah, do you guys not hang out that much? Do you not go to his house and go through his records, or like you come over and he hides them? No one needs to see. No one needs to see these albums.
Oh, no. I am very open with my eclectic vinyl collection for sure.
Oh yeah, no, he's got an amazing collection. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, no, we get together like we just start like the hijinks and drinking begins. Like it's.
Yeah,
it's either we're seriously doing something music-wise or it's tomfoolery.
You know what? I think with music, I'm 38, and I feel like it's more of a younger person's kind of game to stick with like I like this style of music or that style of music, and it also could be because I have a podcast. I don't know because I've had lots of different artists on my show, and to ask them questions to understand and respect how they create their music is, people like Billie Eilish, people like Justin Bieber who writes his own songs. That's straight talent. Like you can't really knock on that. It's just
correct.
The dude's talented, man. Yep. Even if you don't like it, you got to respect it. For
sure, 100%.
And I think if you respect something, you can listen to it and enjoy it just a little bit more.
Sure.
So, all right. If people wanted to go and buy your merchandise, buy your vinyl, listen to your music, websites, what are all those platforms that the band is on?
Easiest way you can get to all of it is from our website, steadfasthtx.com. From there, you've got links to all the streaming services, all the social medias. If you're going to search for us on iTunes or Spotify, make sure you search for Steadfast HTX. Otherwise, you get a whole slew of other Steadfasty things. If you want to buy a record, go to Steadfast HTX, go to the store. I will put up a coupon code for anyone that listens to this podcast for $5 off our record. We will go with episode number 144, like we have in the top corner.
There you go.
That'll be your coupon code. It'll get you $5 off our record if you listen to this podcast. We've got merch. We've got shirts, stickers, all that. We've got tons of merch on the store. So yeah, go buy stuff. We would love your money.
Yeah. Is there anything that I did not mention that maybe either one of you want to bring to light about your band and where it stands and maybe where it's heading, maybe future songs? Like, are you guys even writing more songs? Are you just going to wait and just promote this album?
We're definitely, I started recording. So our record was all self-recorded. We recorded it at my house. We did everything except for the mastering and the pressing. And during the pandemic, everybody that didn't have a recording studio at their house, which was everybody except for me, and Jason started tracking. I think we've got 15 songs that are his part's done. I started tracking drums for whatever we're going to release next last weekend. So I think in the next few months, there'll be some new stuff come out. We might release another single or another video or something, but we're definitely not slowing down on the writing front and definitely plan to release another album. And by the time we get out to support this one, we may be celebrating the anniversary of this one and pushing a second record too. So they're awesome. It's there's no slowing us down, that's for sure.
That's awesome.
I don't want you to let Charlie get away with glossing over his contributions. And when he says, he has a little recording studio, he has a full-on recording studio, like that you'd pay money to go to. And he works with a lot of local bands and records albums for them. His house really does have a real recording studio in it. And, he was just so indispensable in getting that record together and the sound that came out of it. The reports back from the guy who did the mastering was like, it's been mixed so well, man. I didn't have to do a lot. And that was all Charlie. And I want to give him credit for that.
It's all right. I did okay.
That is so cool that you're able to record other musicians. And just on a personal about your studio there, shout out. What's the name of your studio?
Lobot Studios
in Houston, Texas. So if you're in a band in Houston, do you record different genres as well? I mean, not I'm saying as far as like pop and hip hop.
Sure, I would. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, anything. People have to find me out. It's not an advertised studio. It's basically me reaching out to friends, bands, and artists that I see, and I kind of do it as a labor of love for cheap or free or beer.
Cheap or free or beer. Well, good. If anyone wants to check out and want to reach out to him, you can go. The easiest way to get a hold of him for me was to go to
through the band. Yep,
right through the band page. And if you want to in the market to record, you never know. You might be able to get a recording from Charlie himself.
There it is.
That'd be awesome. All right. Did you want to say any last words, Andrew, before we get off?
No, let's go.
All right. I want to thank everybody for listening to The Loud Spot, www.theloudspot.net. We also have merchandise coming out with new merchandise. We're on Facebook, Apple, Spotify, TikTok, LinkedIn for some reason, Twitter. I'm on all the YouTubes. I'm on everything. All right. Hey, guys, don't go anywhere. Stay right there. Peace out. Rock on. And much love.
This is The Loud Spot outro by Nothing Short of Tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this The Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does Nothing Short of Tragic have its back again? Does anything that's good really have to end? A pin post has a pin show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.
Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to click the like and share button.
Don't forget to go to our YouTube and subscribe.
If you want to listen to our audio and pick up some cool merch, go to www.theloudspot.net. Peace out, rock on, much love.